So I don't know how long they'll give me to record. It's 7:54 p.m. Monday. Today is August the 7th. That it is. Uh, this needs to be a live video. This is a video I'm gonna have to delete off of my memory card that I'm trying to remake for my daughter. This is a video though, whether I leave it on this memory card or not, which I'm not. It's a video that's going to be different from my usual YouTube postings. I'm outside walking. I'm coming from work. Walmart, been there for about a little over 8 months. Really hard to keep. Issues left to right, management, and a couple of other things. So I'm not counting on holding it too much longer, but I am trying. As this will be my second job that has benefits that I need. One of the benefits I was looking for was benefits for my kids, which, needless to say, their stepdad passed. So he was a military man. You know that go from there. Military coverage. So they don't actually need my money, so to speak. But because I'm my kid's father, it's always there for them. What little bit I do keep, what little bit I do have. So the benefits is there for them also. As I was trying to get them in on it a couple of months back, when the kid's mom informed me she will not text it to me over the phone, she will not tell me over the phone. Either way, there was not going to be an exchange of their information to me, so I can put them on anything. As months ago, well, I guess about a year or two, it was put to me that I was being irresponsible by losing their information, as I saw that and remembered that she's lost her information also, and so has her mother. But it's me who's getting penalized for that, for my irresponsibility. But if that counts as something, then I'm supposing that the many years of responsibleness that I put in being responsible, clearly taking care of them in more than one way, just not financially and not a place to stay. But I've helped, build their mental. I've helped school-wise, and yes, there are many times that I can account for, and so can they, to where I've given them so well. Everybody has right, but I'm just saying, and I'm supposed to, right? But I'm just saying, see, these are the things that get said whenever the man, the father, decides to say what he's done. Just like Father's Day, it's not really celebrated no matter where you go, but it's really less of a day to celebrate depending on what state you're in. But Mother's Day, everybody wants to celebrate it. I don't get that either. Then they keep on going around talking about mama's baby, daddy's maybe. That's disrespectful, And then it says a lot about the mother too. I don't know what these women think when they repeat that. It says a lot about you, sleeping around with everybody, laying down in the same bed as every man that you meet, or most of the men that you meet, or whatever. Saying a lot. You see, I told my kids that God is the one who blesses you with a baby, but they'll grow up and they'll learn something different. They'll be told something different, as if they don't already understand or have a clue. Well, anyhow, this video is different from the normal videos that I usually make, and it's going to have a lot of wind in it because I'm recording live out here while I'm walking toward the place of my residence. So I'll ask that you forgive me if you're offended, but realize that there's many sides of me, and this video needs to be made because this side of me needs to be talked, needs to be out, needs to be open, needs to be looked at, needs to be addressed, needs to be shown. This video is in response to and in deep thought of women opening their mouths at the wrong time, or just opening their mouths too much, or stepping out of line, or stepping in the wrong lane instead of staying in their own lane. As I said, I held this job for a while, glad about it. Chick that I work with, co-worker, I dropped my phone because she was being stupid. One day, I thought we were teasing around and having fun or whatever, and she tells me, I play too much with my ugly ass. I get that all the time. I'm ugly. I'm ugly. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I never said I was beautiful, fine, or pretty. I never even said I was handsome. So, and I've suffered with that complex all my life. When a woman says that, it kind of puts me back in that same position. Just as when I'm rejected, dumped, left for unknown reasons or whatever, reasons beyond my understanding, I'm thrown back in that same position to where I go back being negative about myself. However, she clearly is not as cute as she look on the outside. She's not that cute on the inside. She took it upon herself to say that, and then I kind of played that off. But then later on, she began to talk more and more, and then I began to leave her alone. Period. We just made it around to saying hi to each other all over again. About a month ago, I guess it was. You add some weeks together, it'll be a month. And she's the one who starts speaking first. So I allowed it to happen. I believe that if motherfuckers come to you, you go ahead and you speak back. I didn't go to her. It's no different than if I'm chasing a woman, trying to get her to be my girl, my woman, however you want to say that. And she don't respond back, I stop responding to her and giving her attention. If she come to me, then yeah, I give her back the attention. So, all that thought. Well, I'm telling a long story. There's a point to it, I like to tell long stories. And then after I'm just trying to see who's listening. And then there are some times where I just see how long you're going to listen if you really understand what I say, since I somehow speak in foreign languages. 90% of the people don't understand what the hell I'm saying. As I was in a group, Black Love Movement, Black Empowerment Group, and one of the leader of the group, that is, not even the administration, admitted that she just smiles and waves at me. She don't really, pay me no attention, don't really understand me or try to understand me. I wonder why I couldn't get back on her administration team when I asked. But the first time was an honor to me, and I honored her, and I thanked her for it, and all that good stuff, showing my gratitude, respect, everything. But needless to say, it was actually just because she was just trying to get somebody a shot. She wasn't really interested, because I was on the team and I wasn't getting listened to no way. And I could say the same thing that was being repeated. Some other chick was on the team and she's like, I understand what you're saying. Why doesn't the leader of the group understand? So I was saying, that's the reason for this video. The women getting out of place, and it sounds disrespectful. How can you tell a woman to stay in her place? What is a woman's place? Barbaric, Stone Age, caveman type of stuff. You're being sexist. Stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. No, it's not being sexist. It's not being barbaric. If I'm just sitting around chilling or whatever, I'm minding my own business, you have no right to interrupt my vibe. Example, today, customer, I'm working back to school section. Clearly, I'm supposed to be in line and guard. Customer asked me Uh, if I know where something is, I'm looking for it. Flashcards, that is. Looking for them. I say, well, they should be in this section if we have any. And, I uh, go to ask this chick. I say, hey, where the flashcards be? Not the playing cards. Wouldn't they be in this section right here? She says, yes, they will be in that section. Co-worker, the same woman who inspired me to make the video. Same woman who, young woman, she's 20. She acts younger by her mouth and her nasty ass attitude. Um, anyway, so she goes on to confirm that I was pointing in the right direction, but then she goes on to say, well, the only thing we have in two-way section, because this department she's working in, is normal playing cards or whatever. I say, okay, I step around to go look for the cards, and I guess the lady walks off, or she has a conversation with the lady, or whatever. What happens? Uh, Co-worker of mine says, Ricky, she's calling me. I was like, well, I'm looking for the flashcards, because she was like, well, no, the conversation was going about the co-worker needing to help this chick in toys. And she says, you might as well take him because he's not doing nothing. He's walking around not doing that. I say, well, I thought I was, helping the customer. I thought I was walking around looking for the flashcards. I hear a comment about somebody's IQ need to be tested. Then my coworker is like, my other coworker is like, well, and there's two girls that's talking. The first one, the rude one, outspoken one, is the one that's inspired in the video. Uh, anyway, the other coworker was like, well, what is the IQ test? She goes on to say that. Now, clearly, if this girl at 20 something, 20 or 21, whatever, doesn't know what the intelligence test is, I mean, at least you should know the I, if not the Q, which is quiz. I thought you can even use questionnaire. But anyway, so she goes on to question that, and then old girl asked me, the jackass of the situation asked me, what age am I? Uh, what age did you say you were? I said, the other chick replies 40 something. And I said, yeah, I'm 47. Then the other rude asked, I believe so. I could believe that. Why? What did I do wrong in that situation? Customer or person asked me to find something. I'm making it my business to find it for them. Make certain we do or don't have it before I tell them we don't have it. What is wrong about that situation? Clearly, when you work for Walmart, that's one of the things they say, don't point it out, go find it. If you don't know, find somebody else who might know. And you're also supposed to be sure you find out. Be positive about the situation is basically what's being said. Now, you confirmed my point that it might be in this section right here, this location. So I'm going to that location. I expect you to stall an older woman until I get back. If not, walk with us. What was wrong about that situation? How did I act immature about that situation? How did I act like I needed an IQ checkup in that situation? How was I not acting my age in that situation? I tell you what, I wasn't acting my age. I'll tell you how I wasn't acting my age. Because a 37-year-old man would have cussed that bitch out and told her what kind of bitches and hoes she is. And they don't respect bitches like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to live the other way around. And that's my curse. All my life I've been trying to live a good life, be prosperous, be harmonious and all. Man, you can't do that. And this is my thing I'm telling my daughter, Miracle. You can't really be nice to people. They don't care about you like that, man. They're not concerned about you being nice. They take that as a weakness, and then they talk bad. And she had no business, a girl named Wanisha. She had no business. She tried for a management position and couldn't even get it. She had no business, no right to go to my IQ or how stupid I'm acting or whatever. Which clearly I needed somebody to point out the direction that I was being stupid in. Because I was doing what I was supposed to do. Now, what am I supposed to say? Just go along with you and just say, no, we don't have the item. You know what I'm saying? But you clearly pointed out in front of her, I was right that it's supposed to be in this area, so why not go and look? Why not take that extra step and go look? You wouldn't go do it, so I did it. Customer came to me, so it was more or less my responsibility anyway to do it. That's how I felt, So how was I not being responsible? How was I not being the older person, situation or whatever? When you judge, my dear friend, it makes you look pathetically stupid, just like you're saying that I look. It makes you look like you need the fucking IQ test, especially since you're the one that was trying out for management and you did not make it. And I'm hearing your peers, your coworkers talk bad about your dumb ass. Videos about women in their place. Where's a woman's place? Where does she belong? I tell you one thing, I don't know where she belongs. But when it comes to men, she need to keep her mouth shut. You have no right to, if I was acting stupid or dumb in your opinion, then you keep that shit to yourself. I don't need to hear it. Because in no way am I supposed to disrespect you anyway or tell you that you're being stupid or insult you or anything. I'm not supposed to do that. Not at all. That's beyond my jurisdiction. That's not my area. Um, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make some sense of that. This whole video is to say the women, ladies, need to be really careful. We got a lot of men bashing women. We got a lot of men that dislike the black woman, and then we got women, going against that and saying that this is not right, and the black man hates the black woman. Well, these are the reasons why, man. I understand, and the only thing that these black men are saying, well, the black woman has an attitude that the white woman don't have. The white black woman gives an attitude all the time. Yes, this is true. This is sadly true. Because in that instance, in that case right there, the black woman should have kept her mouth shut. There was nothing that I did wrong in that situation. And then if that's your opinion that I did something wrong by taking that extra step and going to find that product for this customer when I could have just told her we don't have it and left it at that, you have the right to your opinion, okay? But you in no circumstances should have attacked or disrespected my intelligence. No way. You were wrong for that. You were out of line for that. Just as the first time that you got out of line, being disrespectful to me, you told me how ugly I was and how I didn't stop playing. But you had asked me to do something, and I did it. And then I asked for some tape. You clearly got upset because that was the only roll of tape you had, but it don't belong to you. It belonged to Walmart, like my coworker said at the time I was working in the back room, and I ran it through him. I told him, look, man, what's going on? We both agreed that this. Somebody else agreed that tape don't even belong to her. It belonged to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It matters a damn that is in the tools and hardware section where she was working at the time. That tape belonged to Walmart. So she can't really say don't take it. Unless that's just the only tape that she got. She say, hey, can you bring it back? This is where it belongs. So all that extra shit that she kicked out later, it just didn't even. You shouldn't have to tell me how ugly I was, and when I said that I'm not bringing the tape back, or I just need. You told me I couldn't use it. I said, man, let me just use it just cut me a piece off it. Man, you play too much with your ugly ass. You think that you cute and you ugly. I didn't ask all that. See, ho, now you have the right for me to disrespect you. That's what you've earned. And I don't disrespect women. I try to keep my mouth shut, even when they deserve it. But like to my son, man, I don't know what to say. The women be clearly putting themselves in the wrong position purposely, and then some of them just do it because they don't care. The mindset that I have no filter, that don't mean that I can just be disrespectful. And then you don't want the man to jump attitude or jump stupid with you or do anything because you're a woman, and because you have that right to be indecisive, and you have that right to cheat on a man with another man because you can love more than one person and be in love with, but we can't do all of this double standard stuff. Just like the fact that we think that there's a lot of double standards we have. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them. This is what I go on my channel, this YouTube channel, and I talk about exposing the men and the women, black men and black women. We need to talk about and end a lot of things that we do together, and not just talk about one race. I mean, one sex of the same race. And a lot of the people that I'm following, the women that I'm following, a lot of them are down talking men, but they're not being aggressive about the women either. If you're gonna show the problem, you need to also show it on both sides because we got just like we got black men sleeping with white women. If you're against that, then you should be. And this is where the double standards come in at, even with me and even with some of the black men. Black women got a problem with black men sleeping with whites and down talking them. I have a problem with them down talking them too, just to justify their opinion or their right or whatever. Um, you don't down talk them. You made the decision. I hope you made it out of love. And let that be that. But likewise, you got the black women sleeping with the white man. Now it's said that that can't be talked about because she can gain more than the black man, because the black woman don't have the power. The black man has the power. I mean, the white man has the power. Does that justify the situation? That's still a double standard. It matters a damn that the white man is in power, and by a black woman sleeping with him and being on his team or whatever, she can inherit all of that stuff, all the power, the money, the glory. You know what I'm saying? It matters a damn if she not gonna make no changes with that. And the bottom line is, just like black men leave a black woman for a white woman, and then she sues him or gets rid of him or accuses him of rape or set him up or whatever, however the damn story goes, and he ends up with nothing. Same thing goes for the black woman. A black woman leaves the black man for a white man, and she does not. Now, maybe she makes herself better, her family better, but she does not start her own organization. She does not start the empowerment thing for blacks. She does not do all of that because she's not even looking toward the natural black man, the common black man. She wants somebody on her level. And that's how these YouTube channels, now that I'm listening to a lot of them, these women are saying, don't, just like Tiny and Ti. When that story broadcast, every woman was like, "You can't raise a man." What the fuck you mean? You can't raise a woman either. A child is a child. The mind state of a child is the mind state of a child. And clearly, this chick at my damn job got a mind state of a child. She's 20, but she act younger than that. Can't raise a man. You're not supposed to try to raise no damn man. Shouldn't have to. If y'all stop looking for real niggas and stop trying to be bad bitches, these men stop trying to be real niggas looking for bad bitches, you wouldn't have to raise no goddamn man. I was made a baby daddy not by voluntarily. I thought I had the one person in my life that would solve everything, all my problems. I can go to her for anything and everything. She kept on telling me she wanted me as a friend, and I never did listen. I thought she meant friend, companion, and everything, just like she said about her husband who has died. He was everything to her, but yet and still, she still claimed him as her husband. She still claimed him when they were dating as her man. This is my man. This is who I'm dating. This is who I'm with him. You didn't do that. She didn't do that for me. So I couldn't have been her friend, because the friend that I was we go together in secrecy and we're dating in secrecy. But then when anybody asks, especially the family, no, we're not together. So I was made a baby daddy, not on my own, not by my own. So you can't really talk down on baby daddies all the time. Just as, like I said, Father's Day ain't even celebrated. I think I deserve a fucking day. Because not only do I do for my kids what I'm supposed to, but I'm honored to have them. I think that I should be honored, as being the person that I'm supposed to be. Women get honored for being the person that they supposed to be, a mother, because they carry the child. Because they carry the child. And yes, I gave such respect and such honor. You could read my journals. Yes, I did. I understand. I can't really talk about it because I did give much respect to my kid's mom for bearing, carrying, and suffering through and almost dying, giving birth to the greatest joy in my life, the greatest two joys in my life. I did that, so I understand that. I can't really talk bad about it, but the point is, women deserve just as much respect as being the parent as the father does. She's went through 9 months of pain, torture, and then she had to push it out. of her. That's more pain and more torture. Okay, understand this. The man didn't have to do nothing but insert the oh my gosh, the fertilization for the eggs. I understand that, but a real man would stick by you through everything, all of that. He'd be by your side through everything. You know what I'm saying? Even if you throwing up shit, he'd be there to hold the damn throw up pan or bag or whatever the case might be. Wait a minute, that shit sounds familiar. I did that through somebody's pregnancies with my child, my kids, as well as somebody else's kids while I was lied to about these being my kids. So I think I deserve just as much respect, and this is how I ended up starting to hate my kid's mom also, because I noticed that on her Facebook page, she was giving honor to some more men for being fathers, just as on some more people's page they were giving honor to their father, but nobody ever said Happy Father's Day to me for nothing. Tag me in no Father's Day anything, you know. But then one agreed that I have been a good parent, a good father. But nobody tags me in those. Nobody tags me in the happy birthday to my son post or my daughter post. When kids' mom give recognition to my daughter or to my son for their birthday, I'm never tagged in those. But I tagged her um, in the comments. I made sure she saw the post. Her name was mentioned. Her name was seen as me giving respect and reference, and honor and dedication to her. Loyalty. I've always been that. So although this film was actually about women getting out of hand with the way they talk to men and about men and needing to be more careful because the man could be the abusive type, could be disrespectful and go ahead and let you have it or go ahead and get physically with you. You know, that's mainly what it was all about because clearly I could have done something stupid to the girl, you know, but that's not my mind state. But I am gonna start backing off of her again, like I did the first time. You know, not saying nothing to her. Where she started coming to me saying hey or stuff like that, I'm gonna start backing off of her again. I have no right to speak to her. I don't have nothing to say to her. I don't need to talk to her. I need to act my age. There's no reason for me to be talking to her, so I won't. And I respect that for her. She's made that. She's made that clear. But although that's what the movie was about, whatever, um, I did want to address those issues also. The black community, you know, these women on YouTube talking down on a black man for the way that he mistreats, disrespects the black woman and leaves the black woman for a white woman, and he has nothing to gain from that white woman, but a black woman leaving a black man for the white man has a lot to gain. Same token. And then we create the hate speech talking about, you know, sorry, my throat is dry too. Then we create the hate speeches talking about stuff like daddy's, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. I mean, that's just so disrespectful, you know, because daddy had part in helping that child to get there. And if the dad was being a dad and he helped raise the child or the kids, children, then he deserves all the respect. And that saying should go unsaid in that household when it comes to him and his kids. Shouldn't even never be said, not even playfully. Um, I also gave examples of the fact that a man needs to be honored also, you know, in these situations. That he is taking proper care, using a proper, you know, judgment or whatever when it comes to his kids. And I'm in another place right now, and I've gladly, and you know, it's nothing to boast or brag about, but I've gladly, you know, given my kids not just toys for Christmas, for their birthday, but they have learning stuff, and that's more important to me. Always has been. So I gave them books to read. You know what I'm saying? I could have given them math and stuff like that, but I gave them books to read or whatnot. That's always been my thing with them. My son and I used to sit and read all the time. Um, Frustrated me sometimes because when you get to talking, he talks like I do. So we'd stay on the story forever if he liked it because he stopped every now and then to talk about it, and talk about the parts that he liked. I started to miss that after I was without him for a while. I'm always glad to see him enjoying himself because that's so hard to get him to do. I can't get him to sit down and watch movies with me because hell, I don't really have his taste of movies, or he don't have mine. However you want to say that. Bottom line is, I can't really get him interested in movies. Um, I mentioned my son, but to my daughter, I have to make sure she understands that she has to be careful with what she say and how she say it to a man. You know, don't get out of line. It's not so much as getting out of place; it's getting out of the line. Keep your mouth shut if a man is not talking to you or messing with you, bothering you. My son, you should know, respect the woman and keep your distance. You ain't gotta say nothing to the woman. You ain't gotta mess with her. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to be bothered. Leave her alone. She could easily call rape or anything else, and it's believable. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, it's believable. Harassing her, say you said something she don't like. It's passable. They will get you. You gotta be careful, and then you gotta be careful that you're not dealing with women that's so judgmental or prejudgmental or whatever. It's clearly what I've gotten myself into. A young woman that's really judgmental over nothing whenever she chooses to be, you know. I feel that's really disrespectful too. I'm not judging you. Please don't judge me. I'm not opening my mouth to say nothing to you or about you. Please leave it at that. I regret that I even asked the girl, the question I asked her, and that's where does this product at? Because I clearly know that the flashcards, the learning cards, were either stationary, basically. That's where all the celebration stuff and a lot of other stuff is, or they were in toys. Now I could have looked at myself, but because they keep on taking the toys area apart, it's the second time they remodeled it in 2 weeks within the last month or whatever. Then I wanted to make sure I asked her about that. So just really gotta be careful with how we treat each other as male and female, especially black men and black women, black kids, black boy, black girl. We gotta really be sure we do the right thing, say the right thing. You're not always gonna say the right thing all the time. Not always gonna do the right thing all the time. But when you feel like you were wrong, go ahead and let it be known. Hey, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? Examine what you do. Examine what you say. 'Cause you might not know that you're doing wrong or offending somebody. But don't just be an ass about it. You know. Um, I guess that's the end of the video because that's about all I had to say, and I took 30 minutes to say it. But basically, there was many points that I wanted to cover because I had been trying to cover some parts for a long time, and I couldn't. First of all, I didn't have the internet, and I still don't, so I'm going off my phone's data plan. And I did want, because I saw some videos that I wanted to cover. It's two women on here just really bad mouthing the black man while they talk about the black man bad mouthing them. Both sides need to be exposed, or you need to keep your mouth shut. Either way, either way, keep your damn mouth shut or talk about both sides. It's just that simple. Um, then also, I had to throw this in there. For the first time, I had listened to Sotomayor, if that's even his name, Tommy Sotomayor or Sotomayor. I've listened to him for the first time, and he made sense. The women go looking for real niggas, trying to be bad bitches, and trying to be a boss Looking for boss. Fuck is a boss? I don't like my boss. I can't think of many people who like their boss. Few do. But anyway, so what was I saying? So I mean, yeah, they looking for all this what they shouldn't be looking for and trying to be what they shouldn't be trying to be. So that kind of creates an illusion and a misfortunate, unfortunate side effect is that we're not doing what we need to be doing or going where we need to be going in the community, the black community, trying to learn to respect and love and cherish, honor each other the way that we're going to heal because the black race is in pain and we're crying out. The women, some of the women are crying that we're not being protective of enough of them, not taking up for them. But then some of the black women are crying that they don't want us to do nothing. You know, they don't like when a man says smile. They don't like when a man calls them um, um, beautiful or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I could say these are the ones who's being abused or uh, whether it's physical, mental, or both. But I mean, that's just not absolute. That's not the absolute truth either. But so yeah, these we gotta do better to understand each other and try to heal our community. That's the only way we're gonna get better at anything. Say, why does the black man and the black woman have such a dysfunctional relationship? This is part of the reason. It's part of the reason. Because now I can go off and talk about a black woman being disrespectful bitches and all this other type of stuff. Bitches will be bitches. You know, I can do all of that. Just showed you the cycle of what starts the man to acting like that and being that way. As I've shown the cycle of the woman being that way toward the black man. No good, deadbeat, you know, no good niggas. All I see on my timeline, Facebook. Now when I come to uh, YouTube, I just hear bashing on the black man being with the white woman and talking to the black woman when the black woman is doing the same thing on her very channel. So, all right, let me break this and appreciate y'all listening. If you were listening, I don't have a lot of viewers, but I'm hoping that these videos will be seen by my kids eventually, and something will be understood, something will be cherished. Um, if not, just getting a understanding of who their dad was, because they really don't know me outside of the he's always giving us school stuff to do and he has fun with us, but he's mostly giving her school stuff to do. We don't know his personality beyond that or what he believed in or what he didn't believe in. We know a little bit about what he wanted from us, what he expected from us, but we didn't know too much else.